Good afternoon, America. It is Friday, December 18th, and it's time for a little playoff Check My Scenario, brought to you by the Wake and Bake America show, platforms, Blunt Football Talk. So check this out. I got you, little boo. I'm going to hook every boo up right here. It's time for the NFL clinching scenarios that could take place in Week 15 across the NFL. Games start tomorrow, by the way. Don't forget that if you play fantasy football, you're probably in the playoffs right now. Those games start on Saturday this week. So check this out. Here's your Check My Scenario NFL playoff clinching scenarios for Week 15. So I'm going to go through a few of these. So first off, probably one that you guys will like to hear about is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could clinch a playoff berth. What they'll need is a Tampa Bay win and a Minnesota-Chicago tie. It's pretty unlikely that that'll happen, so don't count on them clinching this weekend. In another playoff clinching scenario, the Seattle Seahawks will clinch a playoff berth with a Seattle win or a Minnesota tie or Chicago tie. Now, we all pretty much think Seattle's going to win that game this weekend, so I wouldn't expect too much out of that. New Orleans Saints have a chance to clinch the NFC South Division title with a win or a Tampa Bay loss or a New Orleans tie with a Tampa Bay tie. Of course, they control their own future. It's simple. New Orleans win, and you win your division. The Los Angeles Rams are, of course, in the first place spot right now. They have a chance to clinch a playoff berth with a win or a tie with or a win or a tie themselves, or a tie with Minnesota and Chicago's game this weekend. And that's pretty much your NFC playoff clinching possibilities this weekend on the NFC side of the ball. Of course, remember the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints have already clinched a playoff berth, but are both seeking to win, the Packers have already clinched an NFC North Division title. The Saints are looking to clinch the NFC South title this weekend. Of course, again, they have that in their control with a win. Let's look at the AFC. The Tennessee Titans would, of course, clinch a playoff berth with a Tennessee win, a Baltimore loss, or a Tennessee win, Las Vegas loss, which they've already lost at the time of this taping. And, of course, a Miami loss, Cleveland win, or tie. Tennessee would also win, would clinch a playoff berth if they win. Las Vegas loses, which they have. Miami loses. Tennessee or Cleveland clinch a strength of victory tiebreaker over Miami with a Miami loss. So there's a lot going on in that Tennessee circuit there. The Pittsburgh Steelers would clinch an AFC North Division title with a straight-up win or a Cleveland loss, or if Pittsburgh and Cleveland were both to somehow tie their respective opponents this week. So very interesting for the Steelers. The Kansas City Chiefs would clinch a first-round bye with a Kansas City win and a Pittsburgh loss or a Buffalo loss, or a Pittsburgh loss plus a Buffalo loss or tie. So basically, they need Pittsburgh and Buffalo to both lose. So I don't suspect that Kansas City will clinch this weekend, because I don't see Buffalo or Pittsburgh losing this weekend, actually. So, and one more, the Buffalo Bills, of course, would clinch an AFC East Division title this weekend with a Buffalo win straight up, a Miami loss, or a Buffalo and Miami tie. So that's pretty much all of your Check My Scenarios NFL playoff clinching scenarios for Week 15 as we tumble through the end of the NFL season in the year of COVID. I'm MistaTre. Don't forget you can check out Blunt Football Talk and all of our shows at WakeTheLetterNBakeAmericaShow.com. That's www.WakeTheLetterNBakeAmericaShow.com. And don't forget, new episode of Blunt Football Talk will be out next Wednesday. So check out me and my boy Podcast P, two of the highest opinions in sports talk.